Hey everybody, it's John, Rich, and we are Two Guys Tech. Thanks again for catching up with us on this Thursday in our week in tech news. Before we get started, if you are watching in the audience, please talk to us. We have our web chat that just brought up there, and you can talk to us on the show. We love that. So, with that, John, should we get to the news?
Let's do the news.
The news. All right, John, have you ever heard of the company Alphabet?
I have.
Have you ever heard of the company Google?
No.
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 You know, Alphabet is the parent company of Google.
Yes.
Right.
I learned that today.
Right. And Alphabet, yeah, we talked about that. Yes, no. And there is another company that Alphabet is the parent of called Wing, and Wing is doing drone deliveries, a la Amazon drone style deliveries, right?
Yeah.
And they are about to start drone trials in Helsinki to deliver packages that weigh up to 3 pounds. Yes. 1.5 kilos, right? And they were doing this first in Australia. They had a very successful run in Australia where they delivered burritos.
I love it.
And home hardware. Hey, Wi-Fi, thanks for joining us. Home hardware, which they didn't really describe it as, but I'm guessing it's like a hammer.
I guess.
A 3-pound hammer.
I don't know. I am curious.
And medicine. Medicine for people. So, yeah. I guess it was a raging success, and now they're moving on to try another drone trial in Finland. Amazon has their drone program. It's very widely known. Neither of these companies are actually doing any drone testing or trialing in the United States. Mm-hmm. Amazon's drones actually carry 5 pounds,
yep.
So a little bit more on the Amazon drone thing. And Amazon's been testing their drones in the UK since 2016. Mm-hmm. Interesting side note. When I was learning about this, that in the beginning when I guess Wing was doing all of this like negotiating to try to do this in the United States, they inked a deal with Starbucks to deliver coffee and Starbucks things.
Yeah.
And obviously that fell through. But can you imagine like walking down the street and all of a sudden raining fire hot coffee comes pouring down on your head?
Although it's like, McDonald's had a lawsuit a while ago. What's up? One of McDonald's.
We'll go ahead and pass on that, right?
Oh.
So yeah, apparently. So the drones that Wing actually are using have little like cranes in them, like draw wires, and so
clippy on the end.
Thank you. So they drop down like a little crane thing, and they put the package on. It goes zip and sucks to the top of the drone, takes off. And like you were saying, the Amazon drones actually have like pod bay doors, and they're hiding inside of them, right?
It has to land also.
Oh, yeah. And so that's a good point. The Wing ones don't land; they just hover there, and down comes the fish hook with the food or the home hardware. And thank you, Michelle. So, pretty interesting. I don't know if we'll ever get to see it in the United States. I don't think they're testing these in big cities, though. Like, they're not flying around like skyscrapers and stuff like that, because that would be high risk probability. But I digress. Moving on, John. What do we got?
All right. LG at CES is going to announce a capsule-based craft beer machine. So, think Keurig.
Wait, is it Keurig or Keurig?
It's whatever you want it to be.
Is it Keurig or Keurig?
He's making fun of me not being able to pronounce anything.
Well, no, I said the same thing. Is it Keurig or Keurig?
Anywho.
Anyway, continue on. I apologize.
So.
Hey, Jamie.
It's coming to CES.
Okay.
It makes beer. You put a capsule in it. It's going to have 5 different beers. It's going to have an American IPA, an American Pale Ale, an English Stout, a Belgian-style wit beer, or a Czech Pilsner. So I think this is pretty cool. I think it kind of takes the craft beer out of beer.
Yeah, it's not really craft beer.
You're just dropping a capsule in it. But in a sense, it makes the beer there. I mean, it is a legitimate machine that makes beer because it takes 2 weeks to ferment and go through the whole process. As a self-cleaning after it's done, you can check an app and it tells you, what process it's doing, how it's coming along. So it's interesting. I think it'd be cool if I had like a homemade capsule where you could just add your own stuff.
Yeah, that would
and drop
awesome.
it in, because we've talked about this before. Making your own craft beer is a full-time hobby.
Yeah, it's a process.
It is going to take up your garage and frustrate your spouse. So I'm just saying, I think this would be cool, LG, if you got your ice, you got your water, and you got your beer like on the front of the fridge.
Oh yeah, an LG fridge with it built in.
I mean, this right now is just a standalone device.
Right.
That looks a lot like a coffee machine, but bigger, obviously.
Right.
And no price has been announced yet. That's going to be at CES. I'm looking forward to.
We'll make sure to the ultimate hipster Christmas gift in 2019.
Yeah. Craft beer where you just hit a button.
Yeah, I don't think the hipsters would want that though, because it's like, I was making craft beer before you could make it with a Keurig cup. Yeah. But they'd still use it.
Yeah, I mean, fresh beer on tap. So
it's not. I mean, I don't know. I foresee something like that, having like an entire aftermarket where you can like make your own. Like my Keurig, which I have a Keurig downstairs, and I bought this thing that I can grind up my own coffee beans, stuff it into the cup, shove it in the Keurig, press the Buto, and it usually leaks all over and sends coffee grinds everywhere. But I can make it myself, right?
I think that'd be awesome. I've had like a DIY capsule.
Yeah. No, I think that's definitely coming. So
right there, drink beer made at my house. There you go. Somebody does it.
That was the ultimate hipster thing, right? No. I only drink beer made at my house.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving on. So, I think this is cool. I expect to get a lot of haters saying it's not. So, Microsoft makes the Edge browser. It used to make Internet Explorer. Everyone hates Microsoft's browsing experience, right?
Well, it's just used to download Chrome.
Right, yeah. First thing you do when you install Windows is use Internet Explorer to download Chrome.
Yes.
Well, Microsoft made a big change they announced a couple weeks back where they're going to no longer basically make Edge by themselves. They're going to use the Chromium source code. Chromium is the open source version of Chrome, the Chrome browser, right? And what I love about this is that they announced that all of your Chrome plugins are going to work in Edge.
Okay.
So I posit this to the audience. Are you going to use Edge if it's Chrome that says Edge and not Chromium, or not? And I got to say that, I mean, I have two browsers because I have to have two browsers. So you install Windows, you get two browsers. Yeah. Or one browser, and you put it on Chrome. So, Wi-Fi says no. Fine. But it did lead me to want to ask, what, if any, Chrome plugins are you using? Any extensions?
You're going to make fun of me, but I use none. Zip. I just like a streamlined internet experience of being tracked, and I love my cookies.
I don't understand that. I did want to say what I use, because I really only have like 4 really big ones that I recommend.
Okay.
Ghostery, which hides your tracks with ad tracking platforms. DuckDuckGo, which basically is another search engine that is just like non-tracking. There's a little bit of a theme here. Don't track me. uBlock Origin, which is, in my opinion, the best ad blocking software out there. And there's an additional plugin called uBlock Origin Extra. So I don't know if anyone else has got any other suggestions out there, but those 4 are my go-to. Like,
all right.
As well as all the other kind of miscellaneous crap that I've got on there. But at any rate, so I thought that was super cool. Not sponsored. Yes, no, not.
I feel like we need like a Tunnel Bear bar, like right in here.
Tunnel Bear.
So what else?
Thanks.
MeUndies and
like what's the mattresses that you always hear? Like, we're schlepping nest.
Mattress?
I don't know.
Casper
mattresses. We're not sponsored by any of that crap. Not sure what Dragon is, but we'll have to look it up. Moving on, John, shall we?
All right, we are going to talk about Virgin Galactic.
Space.
So, we're not talking about Elon Musk this week. We're talking about old Richard Branson.
It is so hard for me not to talk about Elon Musk, because it seems like...
I know.
And there was news. I just want to... Before we go in, there was Elon Musk news in the news.
Okay.
And I totally ignored it. I'm like, that guy gets too much play.
Why? He's like the weekly segment.
He is. Oh, Dragon Natural Speaking, voice text. Gotcha. Right. So, let's talk about Virgin Galactic.
All right. So, a few years ago, on the first launch, they had a giant accident, and they kind of just went off the radar for a while. And, Richard Branson's a pretty loud guy, and he kind of just stepped back for a couple of years there. So
kind of have to give low key when all of a sudden your space tourism business
which
just
was named the Enterprise, it's big and like, yes, the Enterprise has gone to space. So they launched the Spaceship Two VSS Unity today, made by the Spaceship Company.
That's what it's called.
It's called the Spaceship Company.
The Spaceship Company.
I love like all these like space tech companies, or like, well, Elon Musk, for example, he's got just the boring company that bores tunnels.
Yes.
You know, you got the spaceship.
SpaceX that goes to space.
Yeah, spaceship company. All right, so today they actually made it to space. Like, the official mark they made it to space is 50 miles up, and they did 51 miles today, which is pretty impressive. You know, a mile over the mark, which doesn't sound like a lot, but
hey, it's another 5,280 feet into the air.
What makes it not so impressive is, and impressive at the same time, that it was only 51, was that it was going 3 times the speed of sound.
Which is hauling.
Right.
It's haulings.
Right. So it launched at, it's got basically a plane that it's attached to, and it goes up to 44,000 feet.
Okay.
And it drops, and that's when the rocket goes. And if you haven't, you should look up the footage. It is insane to think that they're going to put customers in this machine, because they have footage of the rocket taking off on the thing, and it's just like, like it is gone, which is awesome. They've already sold 600 tickets for this thing.
Wait, 600?
600 tickets.
At how much a ticket?
$250,000.
Wow, if they were Kickstarter, they could just like close the campaign and walk away with all the money.
No, so, well, it's Richard Branson's. So.
Yeah, he's got money.
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Would you go?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You'd go?
Oh, absolutely.
You'd spend a small house's worth of money.
No, I wouldn't pay for it if I could just go. Like, hey, John, here's a ticket.
Here's the ticket.
You're on Two Guys Tech. Here, you got it.
If anyone wants to donate to John's Going to Space Fund, we should have had like a little title that said "Going to Space." I would go to space just so I could eat Skittles in space.
Here we go.
Yes. Well, come on. Everything that happens in movies, even like 2001: Space Odyssey, they go into space, and what's the first thing they do? They like unbuckle their seatbelts, and they're like do 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 do, and somebody opens a bag of Skittles or M&Ms, and they're just like.
I don't remember, and
then
space.
they're like. Then they're eating them in the air. Like, how many times have you seen, like, astronauts on the International Space Station show video of them, like, sucking in little balls of water flying around?
Because they're talking to elementary kids.
Yes, but I mean, they're talking to me, too. Right? Maybe I've got that, but I'm just saying. I want to do that.
Okay, so, obviously the biggest concern here is the first flight that fails commercially is going to be a disaster for the private space industry, right? So, I mean, a rocket could explode, people could die. Like, what if the first accident is, like, someone chokes on a Skittle in space?
Some rich guy who dumped $250,000 to go to space dies from choking on a Skittle.
In 0G, so...
Yeah, really. Ice says, guess what? I brought to space, guys, an industrial bag of glitter. That would be horrible.
Oh my gosh.
In their eyes, when the pilots are like, I can't see, and they're pressing Butos, that would be.
The first accident is Ice 333
like
bring an industrial bag of
glitter.
Death
happens, and oh my God. We should move on before we go. And Wi-Fi is right. Wi-Fi is right. You can do the 0G flights.
They're short though.
Well, yeah, they're up and down, right? So I mean, you get to do it a few times, but I don't know. I would be.
I mean, you don't get the view, but.
Right, but I don't know. I think the feeling is like your guts moving around and floating in the air. So whatever. I digress. Can we talk about Tay Tay? I'm a.
I gotta look at the title. Oh, Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Can we guys? Can we call her Tay Tay? As I look at the thing. Yeah, no one's responding to my Tay Tay. Okay.
You have like the 10-second delay here.
Yeah, 10-second delay. I'm waiting for someone to say, "Don't call her Tay Tay. Call her Swiftie or something."
Why are we talking about Taylor Swift?
All right, we're talking about. Sorry, thank you. High five. We're talking about Taylor Swift because at her show in May, at the Rose Bowl in California, she was scanning people's faces.
I actually heard about this.
Yeah, this made a bunch of different T Swizzle. Okay, we'll call her the T Swizzle.
Can we?
I like T.
Cameras.
All right.
Back on topic.
So when people walked into the Rose Bowl for this big concert, right? She had like this big kiosk showing off like behind the scenes of her tour or whatever, right? Yeah. And as they were doing that, they were scanning their faces for facial recognition of T-Swizzle stalkers. So here's the thing that I was shocked by. Because there are apparently hundreds of stalkers, and they have photos. It made the national news tonight. Hundreds of photos, which means there's hundreds of stalkers, And they were scanning for people.
I love how Taylor Swift has like her own database of like
right, and
stalkers.
all of the news articles are like, and they sent the photos off to the command center in like Tennessee, and I'm like, does it matter where they send it to? I mean, it could be behind the stage and like this, whatever. But it just there. I mean, what's the reason they didn't like usher out anyone who was like a stalker
that we know of? Maybe just shanked him in the back.
That's good.
Taylor Swift's in the back.
Yeah, throw a bag over their head and like
stop following me.
Interdict them right out of the building. Like, come with us. But this brought up another interesting thing that I guess the Chinese used the same thing to find a guy with like warrant.
And they found somebody.
And they found him in an audience of like 60,000.
That's the crazy part. 60,000.
Scanning an audience of 60,000 people.
The question
and finding
is
the Waldo, the Where's Waldo guy.
Well, they said they found him. It could have just been like. 60,000 people. And how big is China's database?
We got them. We got them all.
The computer's like no verifying.
Every single one. We got them.
It's just like
I don't know if I would trust anything that China ever said. They might have like taken out a bunch of people and then like, oh, we got the one guy, but we got a bunch of.
Statistically, 1 out of 60,000 people. It's gonna be one bad person. So you probably just randomly chose someone.
So, and Ticketmaster actually is evaluating whether to make your tickets facial recognition, which. Again, I feel like we're moving towards this Minority Report world. And by the way, I'm not crazy into the whole like, oh, the government's coming for you sort of thing. But like, imagine if you're like walking. I found the terrorist. I mean, civil rights lawyer. Yeah, exactly. And imagine walking into like the mall and then like scan your face and like, oh, hey, Rich, I know that last time you were there, you bought some cologne. Would you like another? I mean, it's just like, I don't like it. I don't like it, people.
See, if I went to the mall, I'd be like, oh, I see you sat on the couch waiting for your wife for an hour.
Would you like some grandma's cookies or whatever?
I see you like this couch.
Yes.
Oh, what was I going to add about that?
The grandma's couch or the cookies? Or
never mind. Yeah, we'll go on. I feel like I'm missing a part of this. Oh, well. We'll
That's
come back to it.
Speaking of the police. Whoop, whoop.
All right. Let's talk about porch pirates for a minute. It's become a huge problem. I mean, if you look on YouTube or Facebook, you're going to see a video of people snacking up packages. Snatching words.
Snacking on your packages on your porch.
I almost went a whole episode without mispronouncing something, and I went with snatching.
Oh, that's okay. I think that's a good one to make a mistake on. So continue on with the porch pirates.
Not a Chinese name or anything. Yes. No, snatching. So it's become a huge problem where people come up to grab something off your porch and run away. Mm-hmm. So there was a recent sting that a police department worked with Amazon.
So not just by themselves, with Amazon.
They actually used people in the police department's houses even. Amazon provided the GPS units and the video, doorbells. Okay. So it just kind of made me laugh because they said within 3 minutes, one of the packages was stolen.
These cops live in bad neighborhoods, man. I'm telling you. I mean...
Well, they're paid well.
Yeah.
So,
a Huawei laptop? Wow. I wouldn't buy that. Not at all. So 3 minutes off of a porch.
Yeah. So they caught a few people.
Just a few.
And it's interesting. It's just...
Yeah, I guess...
It's a problem and Amazon's working on it.
Right. They're working... I don't know. I mean, it's a problem for Amazon, right? They make it seem like it's our Yeah, and like Michelle said, I saw in the news that someone was recruiting children to go run up and grab the packages.
Yeah.
Which is perfect. Like, I don't know, my kid's crazy. He just went up there and he grabbed the package. But,
yeah.
So if you're thinking about stealing packages, don't do it.
What amazes me is the quantity of this. It's like someone drives by and is like, I heard this is easy to do. I mean, like, Ring doorbells are pretty common nowadays.
Right, yeah, so... I know. I mean, I've got one on the front door, and there's, like, a neighborhood feature. And they send me alerts like, oh, when people post, like, oh, this random person showed up. 9 times out of 10, it's people being super paranoid. Like, I kid you not, like, someone's like, the suspicious woman came to my door and didn't do anything. And sure, a person walked to the door, looked at the door, and then, like, turned and walked away. Could they have had malicious intent? I don't know, but we've created this, like, world of fear where, like, anyone who shows up on your property is instantly a villain.
Well, who, comes to your house anymore. So.
Right, well, who calls you on the phone?
Yeah, true.
So, moving on, shall we?
Yes.
I wanted to show this off because it's a little bit of bling. EK Water Blocks, who I'm a big fan of, they make water cooling components for computers. If you've seen any of our water cooling videos, That's mostly EK water block stuff.
That's why they're so successful. Is this guy buying stuff all the time?
Excuse me while I just prop up their business. No. So I wanted to show off their recent release. I got a press release this morning of it, and I thought this is really awesome. So they have this line of water blocks that's called, again, not sponsored. Thank you, Wi-Fi. No, I like these people. So I'm just going to shut up. I'm going to shut up and show you. So, ladies and gentlemen, is that not a beautiful thing? Look at the RGB. So what makes this different is that these are addressable, 5-volt addressable RGBs.
And it doesn't have a Corsair logo on it.
And it doesn't, you're right, it's like maybe one of the few things that doesn't say Corsair or Razer on it. Well, if it was Razer, it'd just be green. And, I mean, they're beautiful. I'm a big fan of that stuff. It is pretty cool. It's stunning. So this is actually the 15th iteration of the Velocity water block line. Like, they make them in all different colors and different tops and stuff, and you know, there's a clear plexi top on the one on the left, and I don't have one, but they fully support like Asus, Aura, and the MSI Mystic links, and basically anything that has a 5-volt addressable LED can use it. Which is basically every single modern.
I'd imagine with that cover, like the tubes would still be kind of lit up, right?
I don't know.
It's the same model with a black top.
Well,
right?
in the next, there's it's on a loop, but in the other picture where they showed it like exploded.
Yeah.
Only the top is like the solid part, so there's like the ring around the side that's actually the LED part of it. So
that would be a cool effect.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's stunning. If you're into water cooling, I think that's pretty darn stunning, right?
Yeah.
John.
Yes.
It's the time for our skateboarding dog.
Yes. This is so stupid.
This is great. This came to us from our buddy Y5. So, Y5, thank you for giving us the best story of the show.
This is the only reason you need to watch right here. Should have done this first so you could tune out.
Okay, so before we show the video, you want to preface it at all, or should we just go straight to video?
Okay, so it was a conference for kids to get them psyched about robotics. So they brought this super sophisticated
the most advanced Russian robot ever made. That's what is billed as, right?
Yes.
Should we show the footage?
Yeah,
let's show the footage.
Okay.
All right. I mean, it looks very sophisticated.
Sure. All the RGBs.
Well, I mean, Corsair sponsored that the robot.
Yeah, it needs more yellow.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
So now
they're showing off his dancing skills here in a minute. An awesome.
It's talking, but it's speaking Russian, and all of our audience probably doesn't know Russian. So, but they do the dance.
Yeah.
They do the skibbity skibbity thing dance.
Yeah, by Little Big.
By Little Big.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But tell them the big story. What about the robot? Because we just keep staring at it.
All right. So there is a human being in that suit. It's not a robot. And as Utopia has pointed out, and I did hear this too, that the news kind of propped it up saying that they never said that it wasn't a robot. But I think why would kids get excited about a guy in a suit? So I don't.
The dancing is great because I saw that like some intrepid blogger, Russian bloggers, like the robot made a bunch of unnecessary moves, kind of like a human being. But look at it! Look at the guy in the suit trying to like keep up with this skibbity dance.
Yeah, I can't do it.
That must be like fake news.
So what it actually there's probably like a reporter that Putin doesn't like inside of that thing, right? It's like zap Scooby.
Oh man!
I love for being a fake robot.
I think I don't know.
A bit of a better job there.
The mouth, all of it, and I know we're just trash talking it because it's funny, but if you look at its mouth in particular, like if you were making something out of plastic and you're designing this thing, the mouth hole isn't even like symmetrical. It's like they put black tape on the inside, then they use an X-Acto knife to cut the mouth out. But I don't know. I digress. Anyway, that was our skateboarding dog video because it was really great. So really great. So
all right.
Oh, John, we're a little fast today, but I have a treat for you. I have a treat. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. Like I said, it's very clear the arms are just way too wide. That's right. So, John, I got you a gift that I want you to open for everybody.
Okay.
Will you open it?
No, I feel bad I didn't get you something.
Oh, no. You don't have to do that.
I didn't realize it was Christmas already.
Well, it is Well, we'll have one more show for Christmas.
No, I'm gonna have to get. So okay. This is how Rich is like, hey, I want something for Christmas. So I got something for you a month ahead of time.
He's like, hey, I bought you something.
Well,
no,
thanks, buddy.
No. It's a stolen package. I took it off the porch.
Oh, it's My Little Pony. Thanks.
Okay.
I'm a little scared of what this is.
Oh, don't look at that.
Don't look at price.
Don't look at that. Oh, it's okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
No.
Come on. Show everybody. Okay.
I'm turning red in the face.
I made John something here. You got to hold it up. This is big. It's like bed sheet sized. So you can sleep with this. And I hope your wife will like allow you to do this. Come on. Take it.
It's too big.
It's so big. Oh my God! Yes, I know. Isn't it great? It's so good. It's so very good. It's I could just stand like this the rest of the show. Oh, is this not, ladies and gentlemen, the best thing that I have done so far?
I really wish I never made that video.
Oh my goodness! You can check out this video where he does this. It's in our YouTube. It is. He's like not smiling anymore. It's not totally sponsored now. Oh man.
This is a YouTube video I made making fun of myself testing some headphones. And it has come back to bite me over and over and over again.
I have a shirt with it, but now you can wrap yourself in your own face. Like, he's such beautiful blue eyes. Look at the blue eyes in this guy. And they're huge. Like, his eyes now, they're the size of my head. All right. Oh my God. This is great. Merry Christmas. I hope you really enjoy it because it took me a long time to take the photo and blow it up. I had to go to the website. Yes, wrap yourself in yourself.
This is creepy.
This is so good.
Creepy as F.
Oh my God, John is not happy. No, John is not happy, but I am so very happy. You're smiling. Oh,
Can you imagine like, because you made me a T-shirt of this on it too.
Right, and the T-shirt disappeared. No one, yeah.
Someone could like ring my doorbell and like come like with the shirt with my face on it and this like.
No, you should. You should just wear that to the door and then like open it up and be wearing the same shirt. I'll make you a hat that's got the logo on it too. If you think that John should get a hat with his face in this,
which will never be worn,
his baby blue eyes on it, you guys just say it. It's great. It's so good. Oh gosh. Okay, John. All right.
Okay, so we know Utopia here, and we all went to PAX together, and they wore a shirt with my face on it. Yeah,
we wore it around, and people didn't care. Because there are way weirder things at PAX than wearing somebody's face that says, oh, side story? May I? When I did this for you, they, like, flagged my order and contacted me, and they, like, ran me through this, like, 20 questions process to make sure I wasn't, like, stealing somebody's image and, like, making stuff. And I was like, no. I was like, I own this image. And they said, who is in the image? Like, oh, it's John, my partner in this, and we run a YouTube channel, and it's his face. And they're like, oh. That's
weird.
That's weird. Okay, I guess I'll approve that. And then it took like weeks to get here. I've been waiting on this for weeks, mostly because of the delay. Anyway, so it's beautiful. Please put that on your bed, on the top bedspread. Moving on. Oh, okay, John. Wi-Fi would wear that shirt.
You don't encourage him. Please.
Actually, you can buy this shirt, this on the shirt at our...
You did not add it to the swag page.
Apparently, you don't look at the swag page.
So, this is the part of the show where I tell you about our swag, which Rich wanted me to do tonight, and I just learned why.
It's his turn. So
you can buy Two Guys Tech swag. I'm not going to even go with... Is the blanket on the
No, the blanket's not on the blanket.
Alright,
that's a special order. That took like an extra 15 minutes of Googling to figure that one out.
You can buy things you'll actually wear in public, like this sweet sweatshirt.
That's right. You can get this
sweatshirt.
Right. There's hats. There's shirts with John's face on it saying yes. So
anywho, the money towards Rich giving me a hard time goes towards items we purchase for the channel to review.
Right.
So that money does go back to the channel. We do a lot of tech reviews. That stuff costs money, and we usually blow it up or shoot it or whatever. But we think it's entertaining, and you're watching our live show, so that says something.
Yes. And
the few of you we appreciate.
Did you see what Utopia said in the chat? Like, we could do a flash mob where we could all wear that shirt.
Just stop.
You could stand in the middle not wearing the shirt though, and then we could all drop our trench coats and be like,
I'm going to hit the button that closes.
All right. So moving on. So consider checking out the swag. We'd appreciate it.
All right. You can follow me at 2GuysTech John. I'm the guy that loves technology and never tweets. This is 2GuysTech Rich. He actually does some tweeting. He's the Twitters.
I tweet.
Yeah.
I tweet the Twitters.
Yeah. And of course, think about subscribing on our YouTube channel. That is what we are passionate about, and we put a lot of our time in.
Yeah.
So please check that out.
Yeah, and follow us, or what is it called? Like
subscribing.
Subscribe. Well, yeah, subscribe. But like we're on Twitch, we're on Mixer. Obviously, we got lots of people on Mixer.
Platforms.
Yeah, so if that's your platform of choice, or your streaming platform of choice, consider following us or doing the thing that says you like us enough. And all
right, Jamie, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for joining us. We'll do this again next Thursday with my co-host John.
No blanket.
Oh, come on, I gotta wear that blanket.
No.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.